Welcome to English Natively. Today's advanced level story takes you to a quiet British village full of real language and culture. Let's begin. A quiet life at Willowbank Farm. Lydia stepped down from the country bus onto a gravel lane that wound past a row of hedgerows and a white wooden gate. The air was different here. Cooler, richer, and faintly sweet, as if it carried the scent of apples, wet soil, and hay. Her cousin Sarah was already waiting, standing beneath the shade of an old elm tree, waving as if they hadn't seen each other in years. They hadn't, really. Willowbank Farm was a picture pulled from another time. A red barn stood proudly beside the house, its stone base covered in moss, and chickens pecked lazily near a line of freshly washed sheets fluttering in the breeze. Ducks waddled past a small boy in a yellow raincoat who walked with deliberate care, holding a black umbrella like a walking stick. Lydia could hardly believe this was real. Waddle means to walk slowly and awkwardly, like a duck. With deliberate care means he moved slowly and carefully, fully aware of each step. She had come from London, all bustle and noise, and found herself suddenly dropped into a world where everything moved at the pace of wind through leaves. That first evening, she helped collect eggs. It was messier than she'd imagined, and she shrieked when a hen flapped at her, which made Sarah laugh so hard she nearly dropped the basket. They ate supper outdoors beneath an oak tree as the sky turned lilac, the table laid with home-baked bread, slices of cheddar, boiled eggs, and a jar of tangy apple chutney. Supper is another word for dinner, still used in British English, especially for a light meal in the evening. The next morning, Lydia woke early, not because of an alarm, but because sunlight streamed boldly through the curtainless window. She stepped outside in her jumper and boots, mug in hand, and watched as the orchard filled with movement. Children were picking apples, some standing on crates, others tossing windfalls into baskets. An old wooden press stood in the shade between two trees, and juice ran slowly into a tin jug below. "Come lend a hand," Sarah called, elbow deep in apples. Lydia joined, awkward at first, but soon lost in the rhythm of turning the crank and catching the cider in bottles. The scent of crushed fruit and earth was intoxicating. Lend a hand means to help, usually with something small or practical, like saying, "Can you give me a quick hand?" Later that day, they packed the truck for the village market. Lydia scribbled prices on a chalkboard. Not perfectly straight, but charmingly rustic, Sarah said. Their stall stood near a table of honeycomb and hand-knitted mittens, with baskets of produce, round tomatoes, curly carrots, and plump plums. charmingly rustic means beautifully old-fashioned simplicity. Mittens means gloves without fingers. A woman with a wide hat picked up a jar. "Plum jam?" she asked. Sarah smiled. "Picked last week, jarred the same day. Nothing added but patience." The woman chuckled and dropped 2 jars into her basket. Monday came with clear skies and washing lines full of linen. Lydia helped Sarah peg up bedsheets that flapped like sails in the breeze. Chickens scurried between their feet, and a cat lay sprawled in the sunlight as if the day belonged to her alone. Peg up means hang clothes with clips. Scurried means ran quickly in little steps. Sprawled means lay down, stretched out. By midday, the family sat beneath a beech tree with plates of cheese, cold potatoes, pickled onions, and a warm apple tart Sarah had baked that morning. Lydia leaned back against the bark, squinting at the sky, her cheeks pink from the sun and her heart oddly full. She found herself smiling for no reason at all. Squint means to look with your eyes half closed, usually because it's too bright. That evening, just before the sun dipped behind the hills, Lydia stood near the barn and watched as the same little boy from earlier, still in his yellow raincoat, guided a trail of geese toward the pond. The sky was soft pink, the barn door ajar, and a single cow stared out at the world with quiet curiosity. She'd come for a weekend. She stayed for the week. Aja means slightly open, not fully open, not fully closed. And when the train finally pulled away, she turned back once to see the red barn and the waving figures, already missing the stillness, the laughter, and the silence between sounds. And she knew she'd be back. Cultural notes from the story. Life in the British countryside. The story reflects the calm and simplicity of rural life in the UK, with stone cottages, a red barn, an orchard, and a village market. This kind of lifestyle is closely connected to nature, the changing seasons, and local traditions. It also contrasts sharply with the fast-paced city life, offering peace, community, and a slower rhythm. Thanks for watching A Quiet Life at Willowbank Farm. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe to English Natively for more British stories. See you in the next one.